combined for 59 points to help the 76ers beat the Celtics 111-97. Edgecombe dropped 30 and 10 in just his second playoff game as the series now shifts to Philadelphia, even at a game apiece. Boston was only 13 of 47 from the three-point line while committing 13 turnovers, leading to 16 points by the 76ers. Back to VJ Edgecombe, though, because he became the youngest player with 30 points and 10 rebounds in a playoff game in NBA history, passing, maybe you've heard of these guys, LeBron James and Magic Johnson. Let's go back to Boston now, though.
Yeah.
How concerning is this Game 2 loss for Boston, especially considering the way they looked in the second half?
I'm not concerned at all. They shot 13 of 50 from three-point range. That's about 26%. Jason Tatum, Sam Hauser didn't have a good night shooting from threes. Edgecombe and Maxey is a future dynamic backcourt. The brothers are special. Edgecombe is no joke. If it wasn't for if it wasn't for Cooper Flagg, and Con Knipple, obviously he would have been Rookie of the Year. The brother's special. He can ball. The issue with the Philadelphia 76ers is that there's no Joel Embiid. Now, I watched this man average 35 on one leg. So if he's on the court, I'm worried about Joel Embiid, no doubt. The problem is that the possibilities of him ending up on the court is slim to none in most situations. But I don't think this is a concern. I've seen the Celtics lose games, and then all of a sudden they answer the call. It's Jaylen Brown, who had 36 last night. It's Jason Tatum getting healthier and healthier with each passing game. And they don't shoot like this under normal circumstances. I believe they believe in their system. I believe they should. And as long as Brown and Tatum are there, the 76ers are not going to have enough to beat them in a series. I'm not concerned.
Well, this is how the Celtics lose when they lose. They just have a three-point shooting night that goes awry, and they're going to live with it. They're going to live with volume and more volume, and their answer to shooting 15 for 50 or whatever it is shoot 55 of them in the next game. I don't think they'll be this bad back-to-back. And the Sixers don't have enough. You're asking those two guards, and it's a dynamic backcourt, Stephen A. now. We don't even have to wait for the future, even though Edgecombe's only a rookie. But asking them to do that 3 more times in a series, and asking both in concert, that and the Celtics, to be that cold multiple times, they may have another bad three-point shooting game, but it's hard to see them having 3 of them.
Well, last year they lost that Knicks series because they hoist threes when they don't go good. That's what drives me crazy about the Celtics. How about doing a little something different? Where's their plan B? You took 50 threes in the game. They get the game down to 2 points at 91-89. They come down and hoist threes. How about getting a basket? How about getting a hoop to make it 91-91, settle the game down a little bit, and put a little scoreboard pressure on Philly? Instead, they come down and somebody's hoisting a three. 3 after 3. And this is why a lot of fans get sick and tired of the NBA, because it's a three-point shooting contest. When they make threes, they're unbeatable. When they don't make threes, the game's unwatchable. If you're a Celtic fan last night, you wanted to see your team shoot 50 threes and make 13 of them in 48 minutes, that win the series. We understand that. But boy, oh boy, when they throw you a clunker, they throw you a clunker in Boston.
Well, I will say this. 22-26 is their record when they shoot 38%, or they shoot worse than 38% from 3. That's 48 games, 22-26. 35-1 when they shoot 38% or better. So again, if that is clearly their winning formula, and more often than not, they do, now I should say more often than not, because one is a 36-game stretch, the other is a 48-game stretch. But when they hit on their threes,
they live and die. I'll say this, watching the Sixers win last night almost made me sad, because I'm like, look what could be if you could just have health on your side.
Embiid.
Year after year, though, it's like they tease you, like this is so special to watch when everything is working and everyone's healthy.
But this is how it started. Remember, Joel missed the first 2 years.
No, I know. It's every year we go through this.
We also can't forget this. In fairness to Doggy, we got to give Doggy credit, because it's rare that he deserves it, so let's hold on to this moment and give it to him. He's been critical of Daryl Morey for quite some time. Daryl Morey goes out. Paul George had 19 points and 54% shooting. You know this just as well as I do. One of the best people you could ever coach, you could ever cover in sports. One of the nicest guys in the world, class personified, and can play. He can still play. But 19 points on the 54% shooting. When you see VJ and Maxey play like that, you didn't need Paul George. You needed Embiid, but you didn't need to go out and give Paul George a 4-year, $212 million deal. You should have let it be, let the Clippers keep him at a 3-year deal instead of him getting the 4 years and $212 million, because his health has been a question mark, obviously. And you didn't need that problem if you're the Philadelphia 76ers, knowing you already had it with Joel Embiid, and you'd probably have needed those assets to go out and get additional help, more so than even Paul George could give you because of his injury.
And now the X factor is Embiid, of course. We wait to see when he can eventually return, but with the Sixers winning and elongating the series, that definitely
Go ahead and
helps
talk, Shay. I can't take it no more. You go ahead and talk while we go to break.
Where he's going, the Knicks.
Oh, the tie again? Oh, my God, the tie.
Switch it around.
Oh, the ties.
As the season progressed, you had all year. You got 4 guys. They started the season. Game 1 of the season, remember this. They started 4 guys that were 6'11" or taller. You know you got size. You know you got athleticism. You know you can offensive rebound. You know you can be elite defensively. You're a top 6 defensive team in the NBA. You have everything. You even had a #1 scorer in Kevin Durant. You know what you didn't have? A floor general. A guy by the name of CP3 was let go by the Los Angeles Clippers. I don't give a damn if you had to sit up there and send everybody and their mother to go and pray on his doorstep and stand and listen on your knees and say, we need a point guard. Could you just need somebody to run the team? To make sure guys are where they're supposed to be, doing what they're supposed to do. Floor spacing is there. Floor generalship is there. Fourth quarters, we're not panicking. We're not turning the ball over. There's not an APB out for us in clutch time. None of that. You needed a point guard. And if it's not CP3, it's somebody that could have been Schroeder. It could have been anybody. But you did nothing. And now it's chickens coming home to roost because Kevin Durant, a scorer, got the ball in his hands. He's stretching his arms. He's asking for the ball. But he's not a guy that's running your offense. He's a guy that finishes for you. They didn't do this. And even the great Ime Udoka can't overcome that. Tillman Fertitta and management, they can't overcome that. You've got to go and get a point guard. They did not have it. The Lakers know it. You apply the pressure. There's little to nothing they can do about it. And as a result, they are down 2-0 in this series and on the verge of elimination in a first-round series. Nobody would have thought they were going to pull off before this series started because Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves was out.
Yeah, but that's why the story is LeBron James, because he pulled it off. You're right about Houston. It was negligent. I mean, I'm sorry, C.J. McCollum, he wound up on a team that recognized what it didn't have, and they went to the Wizards and saved C.J. McCollum from staying an entire season there.
Yep.
So Atlanta recognizes, Stephen A., you're completely right about that. But it's LeBron. You mentioned running out. He ran out of gas, Kevin Durant did. Yes, he got off to that great start. But while I was watching it, I'm thinking, how long can he maintain this? Is this level of energy expenditure and physicality expendable? He was coming to some of those jump stops and pull-up jumpers on that knee that cost him to miss game 1. So I'm not going to blame KD for too much. They got about out of him what I thought, no matter what the order was. It's LeBron James. Because coming into this series, none of us had the Lakers taking a 2-0 lead. Even with Kevin Durant missing game 1, people were talking about the Lakers stealing a game at home. It's like, wait a minute. And LeBron's ability, yes, to morph into whatever is needed that night, that quarter, that half, with that personnel. You know, Luke Kennard has led the league in three-point shooting 3 times in his career.
Yeah.
That would be a great trivia question. How many people? 3 times.
3 times.
Luke Kennard's a 44% three-point shooter. And so that was another acquisition at the trade deadline, that unbelievable pickup. But LeBron's ability and willingness and enthusiasm to utilize him, Kevin Durant didn't have that last night for Shepherd, did he? No. I mean, he was sort of admonishing him about certain shots, while LeBron has just got, I mean, it's amazing what he did again. And so I don't know, I never get tired. I guess I shouldn't be, you can't be surprised by it, but I never get tired of watching LeBron diagnose what's needed that night, that series, that weekend, finding it, doing it to this level. I said yesterday, as we talk about, sadly, Aaron Rodgers, again, I'm sure we'll get to it because he holds stuff hostage.
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers ain't LeBron. They may both be in their 40s. Aaron Rodgers is not performing to the level of LeBron James. People in Pittsburgh can wait all they want on Aaron Rodgers as if he's going to deliver them. He's not LeBron. He's not having in his 40s the performances that, but you would think so.
Nobody.
A whole draft, a whole city is